said you had no place to go. Were standing in the
I was born dirty. Maybe she thought she could stop the cycle.
Oh my God! Help! Help me! Help me! Oh my God!
It took them 15 minutes to revive me. My face was blue. My body was black and blue. I bruise easily. This isn't my house. It's their house. They aren't the worst. There have been worse. These were the first, the Bradys. I was with them for the first 5 years of my life. The only similarity this family had with the picturesque sitcom family from the 60s was that there was a shitload of kids. I was the Cindy, but there was no Alice. That's what those shitload of kids were for. We cooked, cleaned, and took care of our caregivers. Being Cinderella wasn't the worst. It can always be worse. Here I am with the Hydes. Mrs. Hyde worked as a waitress while I was in school, and Mr. Hyde was sick. Basically, they ignored me, which is better than being paid attention to in some foster homes. I think the only reason they took me in was so they could afford Mr. Hyde's medicine. He was always asleep or falling asleep. I was desert isle lonely for 3 years, but it could have been worse. Here I am with the Starkweathers. They were active members of the Mormon church. Mr. Starkweather was the deacon, and the missus led the women in prayer, quilting, and canning. She made the best pomegranate preserves. The Starkweathers already had 2 boys of their own, but took me on in the kindness of their hearts. The Starkweather boys showed me all about brotherly love, but I've heard that it can always be worse. This is their house, the Kleins, but they let me live here. They also let Nadine live here. She's my foster sister, but she's more like my best friend. Like me, she doesn't know where she came from. Every night, we tell each other ghost stories of who we think our real parents are. Sometimes we think we see them in between passing cars, walking down the boulevard. This is where Nadine and I go to school, even though we aren't Catholic. Mr. Klein's father is Jewish, and Mrs. Klein used to be Protestant. The Sisters of Our Lady of Perpetual Help took Nadine and me in under what they call a scholarship. Here we are at the annual carnival fundraiser. Nadine and I get to take home the cakewalk leftovers. The church has amazing acoustics. Nadine and I make up songs while we wipe the butt prints off of the pews. The church stinks of feet from when people take off their shoes during Mass and wipe the sweat off onto the cheap carpet. The biannual Can You Spare? Canned food drive was held in late October and early March. While other 12-year-olds were going door-to-door collecting candy, Nadine and I were trick-or-treating for the poverty-stricken. Every Saturday, Nadine and I work at the OLPH Soup Kitchen. Here, they create soups based on whatever donations they get the week before. Today, it's all-you-can-eat brown lentil and split-pea soup. It's in beef broth, so it's not totally flavorless. The people are so hungry, they don't care if the lentils are a little crunchy. We don't either.
I'd like to say that everyone did well on the test. But lying is a venial sin. So I'll just say that this wasn't the best batch I've seen.
Mrs. Klein told me that it's okay if I didn't do so well in math, and that we all have our strong suits. Mr. Klein told me she said that just because math isn't her strong suit.
Dia, what, did Sister Emmy run out of F's?
So you're not mad at me, Phil?
Did you try to get a D?
No.
Well, then don't worry about it. Maybe we'll take a look at your book after dinner.
He's the closest thing to a dad that I've known, next to old Nick at the soup kitchen. This is the new color Mr. Klein brought home. It's called Lily Pad. He paints houses and he brings home the rejects. Nadine and I paint pictures on the sheets that Mrs. Klein steals from the hospital. We think about who last lay on the sheet as we paint them. Some of them gave birth. Some of them took a last breath. Some were healed and walked away. Some will be back again and become another sheet. Nadine and I agree that this one feels like a gardener named Vernon. Mrs. Klein says that the hospital doesn't want them anymore because they're blood-stained, but I know they keep using them till they're practically falling apart. They just soak them in bleach to drown out the blood. I told her that stealing's a sin. She says that if it keeps us out of her hair for an afternoon, then it's worth going to hell for. When I told her that it's not a going to hell kind of sin, she just told me to go outside and get dirty.
You're in our spot. You're gonna have to move.
Why should we move? There's room for everyone.
We don't want to sit by you. People will think we're friends. Look, there's a nice spot over by the field.
Oh yeah, that is pretty nice. Why don't you go and claim it?
Because you belong there. I mean, what do you find in a field? Weeds and trash.
Because you have free will, you have the choice to be good or to be evil. You can create a circle of love or a circle of hate. Jesus taught us to turn the other cheek, even in the face of adversity.
You're a piece of trash! Take your shoes! Amy, get back up!
I told you I bruise easily. One of my foster parents told me I have a disease that makes my blood watery. It began with a V or a W. It sounded like the name of an old maniacal German wearing a monocle. They told me my mother had the same disease. But who knows what's true anymore? It's like the details of my mother suffered through a game of telephone at a girl's slumber party.
Do you know what I heard about Maggie's mother?
She's become a distorted, vague representation. She's soft now, malleable. The last time I heard, my mother had brown hair, blue eyes, and was an artist. My mother would be about 32 years old now.
I'm hungry, you know?
Jeez, Maggie.
Did you see her arms?
I was too busy looking at her shirt. My last foster mom had a parrot just like that red one.
She's a legend, like Bigfoot in the Pacific Northwest, or like the Loch Ness Monster in Scotland. She's mysterious and elusive. And I think I've just had a sighting.
What were you thinking?
I don't know. I just don't think she should be able to talk like that and get away with it.
Yeah, I guess. It sucks that I have detention. I mean, I didn't even do anything.
Guilt by association. You know Sister Anne Marie.
Yeah, she's a tight ass. I can't wait till we graduate.
I'll be lucky if I do.
This is the third time this year, Maggie.
I just don't know what to do anymore. I don't want to expel you because you're obviously in need of guidance. Here's what I'm going to do. Instead of detention for a week, I need you at the soup kitchen after school every day for a month. We're a little short-handed right now.
I had a brief sighting before, but now Sister Anne Marie has supplied me with binoculars and a spectacular observation deck. The sister has me on KP instead of serving, and it seems like I can't get the pots clean enough. After 2 hours, the sister told me I could take a break. I expected her to smell like rancid ham or moldy peaches, but she smells like gardenias.
Are you getting anything?
I think I found her.
Oh, it's a girl. Okay, hit me. Who is she?
Her name is Rhonda. She's got brown hair. And she's barefoot.
Okay, what else?
She's got dark eyes. Blue, I think.
And?
She's wearing a blue shirt with parrots on it. I think it's her.
Are you sure, Maggie? I mean, you thought you found her before.
I thought of you when I found it. See that fellow with the wings on his helmet? That's Mercury. He once made a guitar for Apollo out of a turtle shell and goat tails. Maybe someday you could fly out of here. Make something better for yourself.
You should keep it. It's beautiful, but it's still a dime.
No, it's for you.
What can I get you?
Do I have a choice?
No, not really, but we have a different soup every day. Thursday's tomato, meatball, and macaroni. It's really popular.
Yeah, well, I hate tomatoes.
I hate tomatoes. I asked the sister on duty if I could have a break because I felt dizzy. I kind of stretched the truth, but my stomach was alive with butterflies. I thought the thick soup would slow down the flapping of their wings. Are you an artist?
Huh?
I saw the paint on your hand.
Have you ever heard of the Sistine Chapel? I painted the ceiling.
I knew that she didn't, but the expression on her face made me think she believed for a second that she did. I didn't want to ruin it for her.
I can't believe she said she painted that. Wait, who painted it? Wasn't it Leonardo DiCaprio?
No. Do you mean Leonardo da Vinci? And no, it's Michelangelo. Do you listen to anything Sister Mary Catherine says?
I just forgot is all. I can't believe your mom's crazy.
Yeah. I hope we get a new color soon.
Me too. I hope they give us like pink or something.
I don't know. I think we should get a blue.
What the hell, you little bitch?
asshole. Took 2 of my buttons.
Are you all right?
It would have been better if he left me a tip. Man can't live on soup alone. If you're so concerned with me, quit driving away my business.
Sorry, we thought he was hurting you. It looked like he was at least.
No occupation comes without hazard. Sorry, girls. I gotta go. I'm late for a very important date.
Look, Maggie, a shooting star.
Where?
To the left of the ceiling fan.
I missed it.
I can't believe your mom's a whore.
Yeah. Hey, I have something for you.
What am I supposed to do with this?
I don't know. I just thought. Wait, where are you going?
I want to fly! Don't you? Don't you?
Sister Anne Marie asked me why I gave Rhonda money, and I told her that I thought she was my mother. She told me that her name isn't Rhonda, and that she's not my mother. She told me that my real mother died from an overdose right after she baptized me in the washing machine. I asked the sister why she did it, why Rhonda swallowed the rocks. She said that she's insane, and it's just one of those unexplainable things that crazy people do. But what Sister Anne Marie said didn't make sense to me. The more I think about it, the more I believe that she was trying to weigh herself down so that she couldn't fly away.
Rest up in the gentle sway. Sister, make a flower place. The mother, father, brother, grace of river stones to keep her safe. Come away with me today. Everything should be okay. Fill your pockets while you pray with some to